It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
And I am back. Today is still Saturday, September 14th. The year is 2024, and this was the part 2 that I was going to do for my video about the homosexuals. You know, it's that time of the year. So, in the last video, I was discussing how a lot of these women ended up dead, killed by their husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, for various reasons. But I think the main reason might be because these women are financing the lives for these men, paying the bills, paying the car note, paying the rent, whatever. And let me say something too, because some people get so confused when I do these videos. They take everything I say so personal. Nigga, I'm not talking about you. If you're not laid up on somebody's couch taking advantage of a woman on purpose, or a man on purpose, or whatever on purpose, some people are doing this. This is their life. The livelihood is taking advantage of people. This is what they do. So if you're not one of those people, why do you care? Why do you get so riled up and send me all these crazy messages? If I'm not, this video is not about you. If you're the type of person who's taking care of business and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in a relationship, you're not using and abusing nobody, then you should be fine. It's not about you. These are about these guys who purposely go out, purposely set out to manipulate, lie, and deceive people about why they're there, why they're in that marriage, why they're in that relationship. And then when the relationship ends, or they sense it's coming to an end, they do horrible things to these women. Horrible things. Murder, assault, disfigurement. I mean, there's a woman here in Atlanta a few years back, this guy threw acid on this woman, a black woman here in Atlanta. And the relationship was ending, they were getting a divorce. And he went so far as to get acid and threw it on her. What enters into somebody's mind to do something that heinous to somebody? So you have to understand, beginning right off the rip, you're dealing with somebody who is a psychopath to begin with, because they're going around purposely have ill intentions from the day they meet somebody. Day one, they know that they're strictly there just to take advantage of that person. No other intentions. They go into it like, what am I going to get out of this situation from this person? Whether it's financial gain or material gain, place to stay, mainly a place to stay. And we laugh about this stuff. I be laughing at it, but y'all, this is a very serious matter, and people are showing up dead when they try to get these men out of their homes, when they try to get them out of their lives. When they've had enough of the bullshit, and they decide, okay, enough, I want you out of here. These men attack and kill, maim, murder people. A few years back, there was another story. A man was living with this woman down in South, I forget where it was at. It was over in, I want to say Stockbridge, someplace. And she was trying to get him out of there. And he ended up shooting her and her son before he committed suicide in the house. So first off, don't be so quick to jump into a relationship with someone in this day and age. Somebody said I was contradicting myself. You all take all my words and twist it around. No one should be marrying somebody they just met 12 months later. I mean, because I know people got married. I was like, you need this person. How long? 12 months, and they're men, straight, gay, whatever. And then the shit is a fucking disaster. Do you even know this person? And y'all get married after 12 months? This ain't, we not back. This ain't that decade. This is a whole new world now. You got some serious psychopaths out there. I'd be very, 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 very careful about inviting someone into my home to live with me, live in my home, to have children with and get married. A lot of you women are having children, y'all don't even know these niggas. That's the weird part about this. Y'all laid up next to these psychopaths, and a lot of these black guys are serious. Y'all deal with black guys all day, and I've come to the conclusion a lot of these niggas are bad off. They are straight up psychopaths. And I'm sure, a lot of these black guys are really, really bad off. Something is off with a lot of these guys. Look around our communities. And if y'all don't notice how crazy these Negroes are, you need to really look a second time and a third time. Because I see it every day. Every day. I see these crazy guys and I say, ooh, these something off with these people. I've gotten used to seeing it, and I just kind of like, and I see it all the time in the gym with these guys. And I say, boy, these guys are kind of off. Something wrong with these guys. When y'all get into relationships, you have children, you move into your house, and then I'm talking about a homosexual, a fucking psychopath. And these guys do it repeatedly. And as the older they get more desperate. Because they still haven't gotten anywhere in life. When you're in your late 30s, early 40s, and you never own your own home yet, your own apartment or car, there's always somebody else's stuff. And people are not paying this no attention. I see this all the time. In fact, I have a client whose mother was killed in a car accident not too long ago. And he inherited the house, a whole bunch of stuff he got out of the deal. All of a sudden, he left the house and rented this expensive apartment. And I said, well, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just stay in the house you've been living in for years? I hate that house. So I said, well, nothing wrong with the house. You go in there and renovate it. Y'all live there. I just say you don't want to live there because it reminds you of your mom or something. Why would you go rent this expensive apartment and spend this insurance money over this place? Okay, this is not making no sense. And it could be that he's going through a point in life where because he'd never been on his own. He'd always lived at home. This man is late 30s, early 40s. He'd never been out of Atlanta. Figure that one out. Never been on vacation, don't have a passport, was living in his mom's house forever. She was killed in a car accident, tragically, unfortunately. And then the next thing I know, he didn't move into this damn expensive ass apartment. I said, why on earth did you do that? I said, well, who's living in the house? Or is nobody in the house now? I'm like, well, you need to go over there and start cleaning it up, or I wouldn't sell it because it's worth the XYZ. You're in a great neighborhood. You need to really think about what you're doing. But that boy was always kind of off. Always. So we haven't really tackled the mental health issues that are rampant in the black community, especially amongst our men. It's terrible, y'all. We just have never tackled that issue. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And so, ladies, y'all better be careful. I deal with so many of these guys on a regular basis. I sit right here in this kitchen and talk to these guys, and we talk for a long time. And I'm literally stunned by the stuff that comes out their mouths. And I'm like, okay, and I'm just in my head, my computer's spinning around. I'm like, okay. And when you see this repeatedly, now there's some guys that come in and got their act together. We have great conversations. I say, wow, they really got their act. Everything's going great. And then there's someone to walk through this door, and I say, okay. They on the crazy bus, but they don't look like that until you start to talk to them. Then you say, okay, he kind of off. Something is inherently wrong with these individuals. And I don't know if people keep saying, well, it's because they didn't have a father in their life, or it could be. I don't know. I do see that a lot of these guys do not have any sort of relationship with their father, period. They might know who he is, or they might not know who he is, but he was never, ever, ever involved in their lives. So that might have had a negative impact on their mental health. Could be. I don't know, but you're around a bunch of women all your life long, and then you pick up some pretty funky habits from them. And I'm not by any means giving my black sisters a pass for their horrible behaviors too now, come on. But with these men, there's something mentally horribly wrong with quite a few of these guys. And they sit back. We've normalized this dysfunction. We've made it normal. So they think it's normal. Y'all, so when I'm talking to these guys, I'm like, okay, this shit that's coming in his mouth, it's just, you think what you're saying is normal, but it's just not normal. It isn't. And then y'all meet these men. Invite them into your home, or somehow they get in your house, into your bed. You're in a relationship of some sort. Somebody brought up that attorney who was killed in Midtown about a year or two ago. Maybe it was last year. She met some bum that she was fucking around with. He ended up killing her, and the police ended up killing him in this high rise. This has happened so many times here. But he was a fucking bum, and I could never figure out what was she doing with an attorney doing with this bum. And then also, look at the Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra Clark. Phaedra was dating that bum that she had those kids by. He in the strip club. He ended up going to prison for bank fraud, and he and the money throwing money at the strip joints. Well, I never heard of such a thing. What kind of ignorance is that? And I also think a lot of black women choose the worst of the worst of the worst when it comes to black men. They are the worst. I mean, the worst of the worst. You can find nobody better than that to lay up and have children with. They get the worst of the worst. And then everything go haywire. Everything go crazy. And then they got these kids and it's like, okay. Yeah, y'all got some... People got to be responsible for who you allow into your home and who you allow into your bedroom and who you fucking with. It is unfortunate, but there's a lot of bad apples in the black community when it comes to the men in our communities. I'm talking about the men right now because I deal with a lot of them, and I see it on a regular basis. And I listen to these guys and the crazy shit that come out their mouths, and I say, oh, these guys, some of these guys are college educated, they got all these degrees, I'm thinking, but they're still crazy as hell. And need to be under the care of a mental health therapist. Not running down to the Cobb County Courthouse to get a marriage certificate. But anyway, y'all grown people, so I do these videos every year because it just seems as if, as I've gotten older, you're supposed to get wiser. And I see things. I see stuff going on in my family that don't make sense. I see stuff going on with my friends and associates, and none of it makes sense. And I sit back and I watch this mess. Because you would think some of these guys, you got guys in their 30s, 40s, they're having 50 years of age who never owned anything. Nothing. They were always living with somebody else, and somebody else is always taking care of them. Whether they were gay, straight, I still living in mama's house. Nothing wrong with that, but when you're taking advantage of people just for a place to stay because you won't get up off your fucking ass and get a career or a job or do something. It's ridiculous. I look at these Negroes and I see them all on a regular basis. I see them frequently. And I deal with a lot of them, in the fitness industry. There's a ton of these motherfuckers in the fitness industry because they sure know how to lift weights and exercise and work out, and they built these nice physiques. But here, ain't nothing there. Nothing. You can't help them. And I think a lot of you ladies fall in love with these guys and think, oh, I'm going to change him and we're going to make something better and we're going to do something. I'm thinking, well, they find out. They find out eventually after they move that person in, and the sad part is, like I said, a lot of these guys are starting to have children and get married. And I don't know. That may not be a good idea. You know, you ladies need to be very, 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 very careful who you procreating with. He has no job, no income, no possible income, no hustle, no money in the bank, no 401k, no Social Security, no car, no checking account, a Metro PCS cell phone, or worse, the one that you get from the government with your food stamp card. Nothing positive going on other than the fact he in the gym. Luckily in the gym they provide showers. Otherwise that'd be one funky nigga. Backpack full of shit. Some of them having cars and they had their stuff neatly tucked in their cars in these crates. I've seen that. They're doing nothing with their lives. I mean, absolutely nothing. They're going from woman to woman to woman. Or woman to man to woman to man. Or man to man to man to man. It depends on whether they're gay, straight, or bisexual. You gotta get that part out. And they come in all walks. And I meet them often. I was another fucking bum. There was this one cat, though. He has this Instagram page where he does all this motivational speaking. And I watch his page. And I met him at Lifetime Gym. Nice looking brother. So I saw, but he lives off of doing motivational speaking and donations that people give him. And he was in a situation where he was with this one woman. I guess she got tired of this bullshit, and he tried to commit suicide. And then this man told me this is Lifetime Gym. I said, oh, okay, he tried to kill himself. He had reached a low point. Good thing he tried to harm her. But she was putting him out. And we were discussing this, and I could tell this man was kind of off. I mean, how in the hell are you doing motivational speakers when you need some type of somebody needs to be motivational speaking to your ass? You need to be under the care of a psychiatrist or something. But I saw recently he did some TV shows. I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, so he finally getting his acting career. Not a bad looking brother. Very articulate. You'd have to really sit down and talk with him. You'll see he's kind of off. He's doing this motivational speaker thing. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And he's very religious. I told him I'm atheist. You might want to get the fuck away from me. I made that clear right up front. You know I'm atheist, right? Don't be bothered with your crazy ass. You're atheist? Yeah. I don't believe in that bullshit. Only crazy people believe in that. But we had sat and talked. I don't even know how we ended up talking at Lifetime Gym. We were sitting there talking when I realized this individual was kind of off. And we didn't talk anymore after that because I figured I don't really bother. I was like, that nigga crazy. I got enough crazy people in my life. I'm not going to be dealing with another crazy one. But after I was finished speaking with him, because there's a little seating area in Lifetime where you could sit and talk with little couches up near the workout area. We were sitting there chatting. Later on, after I got finished talking, somebody said, "Ooh, I've been trying to meet." Somebody came up to me and said, "I've been trying to meet him. He's fine as hell." I said, "Oh, you don't want to meet him." Yeah. You know, because I sat there talking with that crazy nigga, and I thought this nigga crazy. It didn't take me very long to figure out when people are crazy. Just a couple of conversations. Maybe I could really, for one conversation right off the rip, I said, okay, this is something off here. Right off the rip, I said, okay. And maybe because I've gotten so used to dealing with crazy people, I just kind of see the red flags just start popping off my head down, because now 10, 15 years ago, he would have got my ass. Not now. I'm like, okay. Cuckoo. They go, when the red flags pop up, I don't ignore them no more. When they pop up in the air and the red flag, I say, yep, okay, you stay right there, red flag, because I believe every word you're saying. I guess the thing that concerns me is because there's so many guys in this position in our community, so many of them, that you have to wonder, where are the good apples? Do they even exist anymore in our community? You have to wonder. Because when you're just dealing with so many of these guys, so many of them, like I said, I see them in my family, I see them in my nieces and nephews in particularly. There's some issues here. And then when I'm around the gym, around so many of these guys, and we all know there are a lot of men out here who have their act together. We do know this. We know there are a lot of people taking care of business, taking care of their wives and children, and very responsible people. We do know that. But then remember now, we have a large percentage of women and a large percentage of unmarried men. We have a lot of families growing up, broken families being created in our communities. It's been going on for a minute, so we cannot ignore that too. And it might have to just boil down to we just birthing a lot of psychopaths, a lot of mentally ill people into the world with no type of therapy, no type of help, no way to get any help. Too much dysfunction that we've normalized. And then you meet these crazy people and you invite them into your home. Or somehow they end up in your house and then you're wrong. I don't know, shit. But anyway, I just thought that was a very interesting subject matter, because I do think that a lot of the stuff that we see, the violence that we see towards these women, can be explained by, a lot of these guys are just kind of bad off. Just in a bad place to, when you see it so often, you begin to say, wow. And I see it a lot. People work out to relieve stress. I know I go to the gym to get rid of stress, and if I have a stressful day, I get into the gym and work out. And it's therapy for me. And I think a lot of these guys are in the gym getting their therapy because they got some serious ass issues. But you can't just work out alone. You also need to be under the care of a mental health therapist to help you resolve these issues. Just lifting weights all day is not going to fix these problems. Because there's some problems that it's good to be in the gym working out and get your physical health important, but at the end, we need to work on this. This is a muscle too. That brain needs some work. That's the only way I see people getting out of this. But anyway, this is my thoughts and opinions. I'm basing upon 30 plus years in the gym. Looking back over the years, looking back and looking at things and analyzing stuff. I suspect this problem has probably been going on for years now, just coming more to light in the past decade or past 15 or so years for myself personally. I'm sure this has been going on a lot longer than that. But anyway, today is Saturday, it is September 14th. The year 2023, I'm going to finish. This is what I had for dinner tonight, y'all. Trust me, a little salad. It wasn't all that great. I wanted some ribs, but it was just too far. Well, I can honestly say there's a problem with my teeth. Food tastes different. I can't figure it out. I don't know why, but food just is not as good as it used to be before I had to get these implants in. So sometimes eating, I have to do a video about this, because I find that food tastes different, which is weird. You know, when I bite into something that tastes, I'm like, I don't like it. It's just weird. And I've been doing research on it. It says, you know, it would just take some time for it to go away, but it is a problem. So I find myself eating more bland substance like this, because my palate, you know, is different now, so I can tolerate that. You know, it's a rabbit food, and it has some chicken, grilled chicken in there. But like I used to like fried chicken. Every time I do something, anything fried is not all that great. You know, I just have to, anything fried or any breaded type, anything, I don't know how to explain it. So I'm trying, if I keep the meal simple, like just some salmon, spinach, lightly seasoned. I gotta stay away from anything spicy, can't tolerate it. Tongue on fire, I just can't tolerate it. Now, with that said, I still weigh 260 pounds, so the way I thought is I'm eating something. Scaling, I'm getting on that scale again, 260, last I checked. So, but anyway, let me conclude this video. It's a lot longer than I anticipated. It's Saturday, September 14th. The year is 2024. I look forward to reading you all's comments. You have a great night. I'm out of here, and have a great day. Get to sleep well.